Hola, Peperinos! Welcome to the Disney Beams. I'm Sherry.
Gooch.
And Jaycee's in the other room watching Disney Junior. What else is she going to be watching?
Well, I mean, you know, she's a junior and it's Disney.
You got a point there. So, sorry I have not been able to get my Disney swag video up to you guys yet because I've had a devil of a time with Windows Movie Maker. I'm literally about to...
How's that go again?
So anyway, I'm still trying to work with it, and I just prefer doing the editing on the Mac. It's just so much easier. But tonight I'm going to make the video. I was tagged by, I believe it was Everyday Disney Magic. I don't remember.
We were tagged.
We were tagged, and whoever it was that tagged me on Twitter, I will put their YouTube channel. I will put their YouTube channel below so you can see. So you can go to their channel, check them out. And there are several other channels that have taken part in this. So, and it's a pretty cool thing. It's a really neat thing to see. But what it is a Walt Disney World Tip Tag Challenge. So there are 15 questions related to how we plan a Disney trip and different advice that we have. So it's been really interesting to see the different channels and how different people plan and what their advice is. I like to think I'm an expert sometimes, but I like getting ideas from other people as well.
I will also say that she has seen the questions I have not. So
well, yeah, but
I'm at a disadvantage.
But I barely looked at them. So we're just gonna go for it.
Just a disclaimer.
So I tell you what, since I've got allergy issues today and I've been forced to wear my glasses today, can you read the questions?
Question number 1. When is the best time to visit?
Okay.
And I think that's all about personal preference.
It really is about personal preference. If you don't mind super large crowds and extreme heat.
It also depends on school schedules and kids.
School
and that kind of
schedules.
stuff too.
There are some states that it is illegal to take your kids out of school. So definitely, if you're traveling with kids, check what your state says, what their laws are. I can tell you from experience. I think basically these questions are.
Well, for us, yeah.
Yeah, what is our experience?
Well, I guess that was just more of a disclaimer statement.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so for us.
Yeah, okay, so I have been with him and other times. First weekend of February, several times in October. We went the second week in September last time. A lot in November, usually the first couple of weeks in November, and I've been the first week in December before. For me, my favorite time is October, especially like the beginning of October. Do you?
I've not been the other times that she mentioned, but I've been in October, I've been in September, I've been in November, and October seemed to be not the week of Halloween. Please no, do not go the week of Halloween, unless you enjoy crowds.
But do not go if you're going to the Halloween party in September. Don't do it on the first night.
Unless you like crowds. Some people like crowds because they feed off the energy of the crowd, but if you want to be able to walk without, having elbows in your side and whatnot, we really had a good experience the first week of October, which is when we went on our honeymoon. The first and second week of November was a good one. This next trip will be my first time in the first week of December. And I'm interested to see how that plays out because it's the week directly after November, and we've heard that the week after a holiday is sometimes really good. That first couple days might be a little dicey because of the holiday folks filtering out, but after that we're hoping that the crowds kind of subside. Yeah,
but the reason why I picked it is because it's perfect weather. It's not too hot, not too cold, and you've got a lot going on with the Halloween party and Food and Wine Festival. It's a great time to go. But if you're basing it on crowds, don't do that because there is not a non-busy time at Disney anymore.
Right. And, I think it's important to experience all the times. I mean, I'd really like to go in the spring to see the Flower and Garden Festival.
Well, when see, this is what I'm thinking. When you and I finally get to be pass holders, I want to go 4 times a year.
Yeah.
I want to go once each season. I want to go in the fall for my birthday.
Spring for my birthday.
Spring for your birthday.
Winter.
Any time in the winter, and then
Summertime for Jay's
yeah,
birthday.
So
Yeah.
we'll see if we get to do that. But basing it off of that criteria, October for me, and I think you're in agreement.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Next question is, how long is the perfect visit? Another preference thing.
I mean, a lot of people go.
I'd like to stay in perpetuity.
Yeah, there is not a bad time to go to Disney.
I mean, as far as length of stay.
Length of stay. Well, I mean, depends on your money, honestly.
Yeah.
But I have been 3 days, and that's nowhere near enough time.
I think you need minimum 4 so you can get all 4 parks.
Yes, I would say minimum 4. However, for me, the perfect length of stay is at least 8 days, 7 nights. We have been 8 days or 9 days, 8 nights before, and
that was great.
That was fantastic. So, I mean, I've been hearing people say, like 2 weeks. Trust me, we would love to do 2 weeks.
But 8 days gives you 2 days each park
Yes.
if you choose to do 2 days each park, or you can do. Or you can have a couple of days in there that are free for all. So there's something. Oh well, I didn't get to do this, but I really want to go back and do that. As long as you have the park hopper,
Yeah.
then you can do that.
Or you can have resort downtime, pool time.
Yeah, or go to one of the water parks.
Go one of the water parks, or the
Mini
mini golf.
So which we end up in the theme parks more. So
we do.
We end up not doing them anymore.
I do love Winter Summerland, and I've done Typhoon Lagoon before. But anyway, that's our answer is at least 8 days.
Yeah.
I would take more.
Minimum 8 days.
Minimum 8 days.
For us, anyway.
Yes.
All right, which hotel is the best to stay at and why?
Well,
I think we're about to find that out.
Yeah, we're probably, if we filmed this after our December trip, I'm sure it would be the Polynesian.
Our bucket list for us is the Polynesian. We're going to experience that in December. But so far, the ones that I've stayed at, Port Orleans Riverside.
We really do love Port Orleans Riverside, and
it's a moderate. So the cost isn't that great. The crowds haven't been that terrible when we've gone. Although I think our secret is starting to get out about Port Orleans Riverside.
well, free dining.
Yeah, free dining
had a lot to do with that in September.
And it's it's a step up from the value resorts. But what we found at the value resorts, as far as value resorts, Pop Century was really good. But what we found is because of the distance from the resort to the park, the time between the buses was longer.
Yes.
And that also caused the buses to be more crowded, and there was more people at the value resorts, which also contributed to the crowds. So
yeah,
I think that was the ultimate reason we decided to upgrade to the moderates to begin with, and we were happy we did that.
Yes, I agree. I really love Port Orleans Riverside. A lot of people complain about the size of the campus, that it's really big, but I didn't. I mean, then again, we kind of got lucky in the location of our rooms, so we can't really complain about that.
But if you know how to navigate that resort, it's kind of a.
And we don't mind walking a little extra, so that didn't have any bearing on me. But I've stayed on the campsites at Fort Wilderness Campground. I probably would never do it again because I like to have running water. In the place where I'm staying, and a shower in where I'm staying. And not have to walk and not have to carry a flashlight to the bathroom. I'm a creature of comfort. And I've stayed at Pop Century. Really like Pop Century, but for me, because it's in between the value and deluxe, at least until we stay at the Poly, which will probably ruin us for every other resort.
Yeah, probably.
Port Orleans Riverside.
Okay.
Next question.
Is there anywhere else to visit near the parks?
Okay. You've never really been outside the parks much, so you want me to take?
Well, not since I was a kid. I mean.
Well, a lot's changed.
I know there's Universal Studios. I know there's Cape Canaveral. I know SeaWorld is in Tampa.
And that's what I was getting ready to get at. I did a trip in 2001 where we stayed mostly at Disney. However, we took a day and went to Tampa to go to Busch Gardens, which is like an hour.
It's Busch Gardens, a dark continent, by the way, which is like an African theme.
Yeah, but it's like an hour drive or something like that. It wasn't bad. if you really like thrill coasters, it's definitely for you. The except before Disney is how I describe it. Yeah, Universal and Universal Islands of Adventure. And they got the new Harry Potter stuff there. That's pretty cool.
They also have some pretty good thrill coasters from what you said.
Yes, they do have some good thrill coasters, really great rides. Being the geek that I am, if you don't mind a little bit of a drive down A1A, going to Cape Canaveral at the Kennedy Space Center is worth it, at least once. The last time I was there in 2009, I was there taking the tour on the very last time that there was a shuttle and a rocket both on the launch pads, and you could see them from the little observation deck.
Now the cool thing is, I was there when the first shuttle was there.
That's right.
And now it's not the shuttle that went into space; it was the shuttle that tested.
Right.
And I'm showing my age here, but it was the Enterprise, and it was carried on the back of the 747 and launched it off the back of the 747 to test the landing.
But those are I know that they have a really good outlet mall near Disney. I've never been there, but those are the places that I would recommend. So,
okay.
Next question.
What is the one thing you must pack? One thing.
Oh my God, must pack.
I'll let you go first.
Underwear. And I speak from experience on this. Because the first thing I had to do on that trip was hit up Emporium and try to find underwear.
Oh, good thing is they have
Just
them.
pack your underwear.
They,
exactly.
Yeah, most of the Emporiums have stuff that you need. So
that is true. Underwear.
I've learned a trick from Leslie that I think is invaluable, and it's the disposable ponchos.
Well, there's a separate question about what to keep in the bag.
Well, there you go. Well, let's pack.
But is there anything else like to pack in your suitcase? I think for Josie, definitely something to keep her occupied on the plane.
Yeah, and I think it's probably good to have more than one pair of shoes.
Yes, and make sure they're broken in.
Make sure they're broken in, and the reason I say that is if you get on a water ride, you need a day in between to let it dry out so you're not getting blisters.
Yeah.
You don't want blisters at Disney because you're gonna be walking a lot, and if you've ever had to walk with blisters, it's not any fun. So. And
I did that last year. My Crocs got wet and was rubbing the top of my feet, and I had nice blisters the rest of the time. Yay!
Yeah.
But yeah, underwear for me, and
yeah.
Okay, so
extra pair of shoes.
Extra pair of shoes. Very good.
Okay, where is the best place to take a picture of the castle?
I don't think there's a bad place. I mean,
there isn't. But
if you're lucky to get in before rope drop, you can take it like straight on, and there's no one else in the park. Like if you have an early ADR or you're there for extra morning magic hours. But another really cool area, there's actually a couple of different areas. Like over to the side, there's a bridge going over towards Liberty Square. You can catch a nice side view, and you got the moat there, and like the reflection coming off the moat is really cool. I also like it over on the right hand side because you have the flower garden there, and I think that makes a really pretty picture.
I like it straight on, right there on the center of Main Street, USA, because that's where we had our first Disney picture at the Castle Maid when we got married.
That's right. That is right. I also like to take a picture. If we're not in the picture, I like to take it head on and make sure you get that statue with Mickey and Walt.
And Walt, yeah.
But
that's right there out in the little courtyard in front.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Dwayne?
Where is the best place to watch a parade?
Okay, for me...
How much do you like crowds?
Yeah, exactly.
And how much do you want to avoid them is the question.
Well, first of all, for parades, I would say if there are 2 parades that night, go to the late one if you want to avoid crowds. But...
Go ride a Haunted Mansion during the first parade.
Yeah, or whatever. For me, my favorite viewing place is not necessarily on Main Street USA, not necessarily because of crowds, but... For me, I really like watching it in Liberty Square.
I was going to say Liberty Square.
Yeah, like right before the bridge. Like set up like right before it goes to the bridge over to Main Street USA.
Right.
It's a nice place to, cop a squat and
sometimes they'll even have benches that you can grab. A lot of times they're roped off. Well, sometimes they're roped off. Like for the first parade when it's really crowded, sometimes they'll be roped off and reserved for people. But if you can catch it when it's not reserved, you can have a nice place to sit.
True.
Yeah. But along that little walkway, yeah, it's good.
Right. Uh-oh, we got a visitor. What's the matter, baby?
Mommy, Daddy's here.
Hi, baby girl.
Look, it's cool. Mommy,
And with us is Josie.
Say hi.
You blow kisses? Oh.
All right.
Alright, go back and watch Mickey or whoever's on. Oh.
Love you.
Mwah.
Go back and watch Disney.
Life with a 3-year-old.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
I said 3-year-old because she just turned
She
3.
just turned 3.
Alright, so next question.
Okay, where is the best place to watch the fireworks? This is another good question.
Uh,
Can I jump on it? I haven't actually done this, but I've heard that California Grill is really good.
That's what I've heard. But speaking from experience.
Yeah.
But no, that's definitely something that's on our bucket list to do.
From Dumbo was pretty cool. From
That's
the
what I was.
backside.
That's what I was going
Riding
to say.
Dumbo, yeah.
Going into the backside, we actually were lucky enough to catch. We were on Dumbo at the time during Wishes, and we were up in the air while Wishes was going on, and it was really super cool to watch it. I mean, obviously,
Daddy.
if you can find this place in the main hub on Main Street USA, go for it. But I thought it was really cool to watch it from there, and I've also watched it from the People Mover too. I mean,
the People Mover would be cool, yeah.
yeah, I mean, you're moving
You only
through,
get
so you
glimpses.
only get glimpses. But I think it's like super neat. Next question.
Where's
Okay.
Tommy Gibbs? Is that just...
I gotta find one of those. Which restaurant would you recommend and why?
Say that. No, okay, now that one's
That's
really
not
hard
fair.
because
There's
there
so
are
many good
different.
ones.
There's so many good ones, and there's different ones in different parks that I would recommend. So, okay, so let's do it by part. Magic Kingdom, Cinderella's Royal Table, because it is the experience of Cinderella eating in the castle.
I would say the same.
Okay.
Oh, and we might change that to be our guest next time around. but-
Yeah. So for Epcot, I would say Garden Grill because it's got really good food and really good character interaction.
Yeah, I really like Garden Grill, but I also like Le Cellier, and I like Toto Italia, and I like Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Oh,
try
sorry.
to keep. We have to try to keep it to one.
I'm gonna say Le Cellier for me.
Okay.
I like
Animal,
steak.
Animal Kingdom, you're very limited on what you can do, but
I'm gonna go with the quick service Yak and Yeti.
Quick Service Shack and Yeti's really good. I'm gonna go with Tusker House for character interaction.
Yeah,
So-
Tusker House was a really good character interaction, but for food, I really like the quick service at Yak and Yeti. It's
It
really
is.
good.
It's really good. Okay, and then what's the other part?
Studios.
Studios, 50s Primetime Cafe. It's mom and pop type food, and it's a really good experience.
I've heard Mama Melrose is good. I haven't been there.
It is good.
But the Brown Derby was pretty good.
Brown Derby was
Yeah,
very good.
yeah.
But so I see that's just not
It's not fair.
to recommend one out of all these
But
restaurants.
see, then there's all the restaurants at all the resorts.
At
and
all
we
the
could go-
resorts, yeah.
We could go on about those too, but it's,
yeah,
you're not going to go wrong with most of the places.
Yeah, most of them, yes.
Okay, so
I will say for that though, I highly encourage, even though we give our reviews of meals and whatever, and we're going to do it for our trip in December, experience them for yourself.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
what's the next question?
Okay, so the next question is, what food should you try there? I guess referring to the restaurant that we just named.
Well, or like, just like offhand food. Okay, Dole Whip.
Yeah, well, okay. If you're just gonna say what food
Just-
should you try at Disney, period.
Yes.
Dole Whip's a good one.
You
you also like the popcorn.
I do like the popcorn, but I was actually going to say the waffle sandwich at Sleepy Hollow is freaking good.
I haven't had that.
It has bananas, strawberries, and Nutella wrapped up
Okay,
in a waffle.
I'm having one.
Oh, and I've heard the BLT fries outside of Adventureland are good.
My food that I would say to try there is the burger at Beaches and Cream
Oh
and the No Way Jose. That's
yeah. No
all.
Way Jose is freaking awesome.
Yeah, No Way Jose is an ice cream sundae. I like ice cream.
With peanut butter and fudge.
Ice cream.
Okay. Next question.
Which rides are a must?
Oh God. For me,
Do you want to go by park again?
yes.
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. Haunted Mansion.
Space Mountain.
Okay.
Let's do Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Since you said that, I'll say Expedition Everest.
Okay.
Hollywood Studios.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
Rock and Roller Coaster. And Toy Story Mania.
Okay.
Epcot. Soarin'.
Soarin'.
Yeah.
But to give a
Test
little
track.
bit of well, Spaceship Earth, because it's the big ball.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Okay. You can only buy one thing. What would it be?
Well, if you don't have to spend it on underwear, let's see. Do you have anything?
I always get a T-shirt.
Yeah, I always get a T-shirt too, but I was thinking, you know, I always try to buy something with Haunted Mansion because it's my favorite ride. Oh.
Yes. Mommy, somebody.
Okay.
I think she just wants to be on camera.
I think you're right. You little show off. For me, it's something having to do with Haunted
No, let's leave
Mansion.
those up there.
Even if it's just a pin or whatever.
Okay. If you could only do one thing in the park, what would you do? The Magic Kingdom, the Carousel of Progress.
That's a good one.
It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
For me, it's to try not. Oh,
Try not to get that stuck in your head.
okay. For me, I must do. Well, no.
No, sorry.
I always have to do Adventureland first. I don't know why. I guess I'm going clockwise.
She's going clockwise. Turn
Yeah.
to the left.
So I have to do that first.
So, Epcot.
I always try to go into something in each of the countries in World Showcase. If it's a shop or whatever the movie, or if there's a ride. But I have to do at least one thing in each of the countries.
I really love the aquarium at the Seas.
That's a good one.
So that's where my thing is.
That's really good.
Okay. Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, I have to get a fast pass to do Kilimanjaro Safaris first thing.
Good one.
Because it seems like that's when the most animals are out and most active.
Okay. I really enjoyed walking through the
Maharaja Jungle.
Maharaja Jungle
The one with the
track
tigers?
With the tigers, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
Now Studios.
Studios,
It used to be.
it's hard to say because one thing I really used to love to do was walk through the streets of America and, get
Or
on.
American Idol experience.
Or yeah, I used to try out for American Idol Experience all the time, and it's gone.
But the one man's dream is pretty cool.
Yeah, okay, there you go, right there. One man's
Yeah.
dream. If you are remotely interested in
The history.
the history of Walt Disney, the Walt Disney Company, go see One Man's Dream, and stay for the movie with Julie Andrews
Yes.
narrating. It's very fascinating. Okay, good one.
Okay.
All right,
What is one thing you must take into the park?
ponchos.
For us, with this one, it was an umbrella stroller
With the
that we-
rain
cover because I didn't want to carry her everywhere, and she wasn't going to walk everywhere. And that umbrella stroller was much better.
Saved our butts.
Yeah, it was much better than the ones you can rent. It was lightweight. I could fold it up easy and get it on the buses.
Josie,
I didn't
stop.
have to carry her to the bus. She could ride all the way to the bus. We didn't have to take her out of the stroller
Exactly.
until we were getting on the bus, and then it folded up. Just one little move, lightweight on the bus. We go.
Yep.
So umbrella stroller.
I completely agree.
If you got kids, that's
But
valuable.
I get the 98-cent ponchos from either Walmart or Target and have like 5 or 6 of them and make sure at least one of them's in our bag,
Okay.
like she said. Okay, next.
I had to tell you one of my own tips. What would it be?
Is that the last question?
Yes.
A little bit of planning goes a long way. I don't believe in planning everything by minute by minute by minute, but what I mean by a little planning goes a long way is decide what day you're going to visit each park plan your advanced dining reservations around that, and make sure you make your advanced dining reservations, because you don't want to be stuck not being able to eat where you want to eat. A little bit of effort in the planning process saves you a lot of headache and
stress. And will add to your enjoyment.
And the only other thing that I can say is, don't let anyone tell you that how you plan your trip is wrong. You do what is best for your family, and you guys have the best time that you can possibly have.
My thing is, don't let anyone tell you that your 2-year-old is too young to remember, because this one went for the first time last September, and she just turned 3 last week, and she still remembers to this day. She asks about certain things. She wants to see videos of things that she did with her, specifically with Anna, Elsa, and Mickey, and she remembers, and she will remember. And I can tell you from experience, because the first time I went, I was 4 years old maybe. I remember when I went back 30 some odd years later for the first time, there were things that I remembered. Don't let anyone tell you that your kid is too young to take them, because they're never too young, and they're never too old either.
Yeah, you're never too old. Don't let anyone tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our video. Now that Josie's sufficiently taken it over, definitely check out the other channels that are doing the Tip Tag Challenge, and I will put below the list of the questions. You can't argue with that. The questions, and I will also put the link to the channel below that challenged me. I can't remember it right now because my brain. I've had a rough few days. My brain is oatmeal right now. So with that, we're gonna sign off. I'm not sure when our next video is. I really don't know when I'm gonna be able to get that other video up.
We'll see.
Maybe we can do that top 10 Disney Springs, although it's completely changed since the last time. Maybe next week or sometime. But
perhaps.
Anyway, what's your name?
Josie.
And
Gooch.
and Cherry. We are the Disney Beans, and hope you enjoyed it. And comment below and let me know if you have any tips below that would be helpful to us and other families that are planning a trip. Comment, like the video, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe. I got some new subscribers, and I just want to say hi to everyone. I love you, and hope to get some new content on here for you at some point soon. So, from the Disney Beams, love, peace, and rock.
See ya.
Bye, guys. Love.